Hey guys, Toast here. So I decided to do some more experimenting with the Library of War and wasted some gold to see basically how is the most effective way to spend the 15 tomes that I have. So just a quick preface of how I did this is I used my normal formation. My normal formation does not use Cav, so I did not do any tomes with Cav. Everything here is just looking at infantry and bowmen. Um, Basically, in my experience with Cav, is that they're really good if you already have a stat advantage. Um, but if you already have a stat advantage, you're going to kill them with or without Cav. And since the Cav are going to die more easier than your infantry, I just generally don't use them. But T11 Cav are something you want to kind of keep an eye on because they're really good at killing infantry, but that's kind of a special circumstance where you're going to be hitting someone with a lot of infantry. Anyways, focusing on what this video is intended to be about, it's about the Tombs of War. You can kind of quickly see here how everything did, how I set up my tombs, and what the results were. What I did was 3 attacks on the same person and a revenge inspire, so this was someone who was stronger than me. And that kind of explains why you can see when all of these setups where I do not have the all infantry at +5, the losses are a good bit higher, especially the ones that didn't have any at all. Because what it would see is that with the +5 and the infantry +5, that was enough for my infantry to mostly survive the attack, whereas without it, they were dying, and then once they would die, then he'd be able to start working into the bowman, which just kind of has a cascading effect of my attack being less effective. So that's a part of the reason why I see infantry doing so well here. So if we're attacking, so that tells me that if you're attacking someone a little bit stronger than you or about the same stats as you, then you're probably going to want to focus on your infantry and making them as strong as possible. In a March versus March situation, that just kind of means that your infantry are stronger, therefore you need less infantry, therefore you can send more bowmen. So, I mean, if you can send 10,000 more bowmen, that's generally going to help you more than having a couple percent better bowman stats, basically. And then if you're defending, then, everything gets a little wonkier there, and megas get a little wonkier there. But just, this is looking at it with Inspire, March versus March, basically. So some of the things that you can see here is, like I said, the what resulted in the fewest losses was all T10, was all T12, infantry +5, all inf defense +5, and all bowman attack +5. This should surprise me a little bit just because that all bowman has the penalty to bowman defense, but it did do a little bit better in terms of getting me the fewest losses because basically that was my infantry were as strong as possible and my bowmen were as strong as possible. Since this was a normal attack, I have my layer of bowmen. I'm not just sending one tier of troops. As far as getting the most amount of kills, basically what I had been doing before experimenting, that was that first row after the nothing. That's kind of just how I had my tome set up before, and that actually ended up working out to being the most effective for getting kills. You can see it wasn't quite as effective at minimizing losses because I didn't have the infantry as high, and that was doing a little bit of a mix of everything. I had the T12 inf at +5, I had the all inf defense at +2, then I had bowman attack and bowman defense at +2, and T12 and T11 at +2. And then what I ended up doing, once basically everything was said and done, I actually did this one here on the bottom, which is my all infantry defense at 4, my T12 infantry at +5, and then I put 1 point in all bowman attack defense T12 10 11 10 and 9. Just because I found on some of these other ones that getting that +1 on those lower tier troops was helping a good bit in terms of just getting the performance I was looking at. You can see, and again, you just kind of make your own judgments from this, but just from what I saw, if you want to attack someone who is as strong as you or a little bit stronger than you, making your infantry stronger is going to help you more than making your bowmen stronger. And then after you have your bowmen, it seemed to be a little bit better mixing rather than just going all the way down one path. So that's kind of what I learned by wasting some gold tonight. As always, if you guys have questions, ask in the comments. Otherwise, thank you for watching.